What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the set where I am your boy, Money Matt. And here on the set, we break down tech inside of things. We break down things we love, from sneakers to electronics and really everything in between. Now, before you decide to go away, this isn't about cars per se. It's more about the tech that is behind them, because GM actually made a huge move that will change the way you interact with your car forever if you have a GM product. So what they did was they officially decided to ditch Apple CarPlay and Android Auto across all of their future vehicles, not just EVs. Me, I have a 2025 Chevy Equinox EV, and it's kind of a point of contention for a lot of people. Instead, it doesn't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. It runs on GM's new, I wouldn't even say it's a platform, but it is. So we're gonna dive into what that actually means for you and the tech behind it, and how GM is, well, they really did take a page straight from Tesla's playbook. So let's get on to it. All right, this is what Ultifi looks like in real life. When you power it up, you instantly see you do not see Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. We're gonna go to our home screen here. Everything is actually baked in. So yeah, you've got Google Maps for navigation. That's what we have for navigation. You got Google Assistant, and you have the Play Store that's built into here also. As you can see, Google is heavily integrated, but it's not Android Auto. And honestly, to be frank, it actually moves pretty dang smooth. All right, let's be honest. Removing CarPlay and Android Auto sounds like a downgrade at first. It really does. But GM's reasoning makes sense from a tech business standpoint. And we know that they're a car business, but tech makes money. By controlling the software, GM gets full access to what happens on this screen. Like 100%, they have total autonomy over this, right? They can roll out over-the-air updates, they can integrate subscription features, and even tie in new services later on, which is another thing that we kind of always want, right? If you think of this, instead of your phone running to show you what's on its screen, GM wants the car to be the main device. It's part of a bigger shift in the auto industry towards software-defined vehicles. So if this all seems like really familiar, it's because Tesla's really been doing this for years. Tesla built their own closed ecosystem, their own maps, their own media apps, their own voice control apps, all without Google. Now, GM is actually doing the same thing with Ultifi. They're saying, we don't need Apple CarPlay or Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There we go, we worked through it. They said we can build our own experience, but there's one big difference when we talk about that, and that's when Google comes in. And therein lies the plot twist. Here's where things get interesting. Again, unlike Tesla, GM didn't build everything from scratch. Ultifi runs on top of Google Automotive Services, which means a lot when you really think about it. From maps to the Play Store, it's all powered by Google. So inside my Equinox here, I can say the magic words, "Hey Google," and get navigation, music, home controls, I could get access to the HVAC. I can pretty much control everything in the car from that dashboard. But GM still runs the show when we talk about control over the software experience. They decide what apps make it into the store, how updates work, and how the features roll out next, which is to be expected when you talk about a partnership like this. Google really provides the infrastructure and GM controls the experience. So yeah, GM is taking a page from Tesla, but they're using the brains and the smarts of Google and doing it their way. What does that really mean for the future of your cars? Will it feel more like a connected device rather than a vehicle? You'll get better integration, faster updates, which is one of those things that we always hate going to the dealership to do updates. While be it there are things you have to go to the dealership with EVs and get those things, but it could potentially save you a lot of pain and heartache in the long run. But if you're not deeply entrenched into the Google ecosystem, that may present a problem, because if you're deep into the Apple ecosystem, you still might feel the sting a little bit. You'll lose CarPlay entirely. No iMessage, no Apple Map mirroring, none of that. But if you're already in the Google apps, the Google ecosystem like myself, you might actually like this setup. Skip all the hype that people be talking about when they talk about, oh, there's no Apple CarPlay, there's no Android Auto. I've been using it since I bought this vehicle about a week ago, and I can honestly tell you, it's not bad, folks. It's not bad. This is actually bigger than GM. We're actually watching a movement where automakers become software companies. That's what we're actually doing in this. Tesla started it, GM is following suit, and you can bet Ford and a few of the other auto manufacturers are watching this very closely, because this move isn't about horsepower anymore. It's about processing power and data. The winner isn't the company that builds the fastest car anymore, because we're at that point where they can really do anything, especially with EVs, right? The winner is really going to be the company who builds the smartest dashboard experience for the future vehicles. All right, so what do you guys think? Is this a smart move by GM? Or are they really cutting off something that people absolutely love and they just have to have in their vehicle? Drop me a comment down below, especially if you are an Apple CarPlay fan and that makes these new GM vehicles and EVs a hard stop for you. I'm your boy Money Matt, coming to you again from the set. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out, or you will be a part of the set crew where we talk about sneakers, electronics, and everything in between. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.